The family of a man who died in a Georgia jail is filing a lawsuit and calling on the Justice Department to investigate what they say is a troubling pattern of misconduct. 22-year-old Shali Tilson died of dehydration at the Rockdale County Jail in March of 2018. Another inmate died in the same Atlanta area jail less than 3 months later. An attorney for both families claims deputies at the jail were negligent and says the county sheriff does not have control over the deputies, some of whom have been linked to alleged crimes themselves. DeMarco Morgan spoke to the families suing Rockdale County in interviews you will see first on CBS this morning. DeMarco, good morning.
Good morning. It's a disturbing story on so many levels. Shali Tilson's family says he had a known history of mental illness. Tilson's lawyer says deputies used force on him at least 6 times while in jail. He also points out we all have loved ones struggling with mental health issues and warns this could happen to any of them.
I know my son's not resting in peace.
Tanisha Tilson and Vladimir Joseph say jail workers let their 22-year-old son, Shali Tilson, die in his cell.
I can't even think of the words to describe what I'm feeling. They sat there and watched him die a slow, horrible, cruel death.
The deranged person might do it trying to kick it in. It's a former tenant. I don't know if he's drunk or what.
Tilson was arrested last March for disorderly conduct after allegedly beating on the door to an apartment where he used to live. He was then taken to Rockdale County Jail outside Atlanta. Body camera footage shows Tilson speaking erratically as police restrain him. A lawsuit filed by Tilson's family says he was schizophrenic. The suit also says he was in the midst of a medical crisis at the time of the arrest and required immediate medical attention, but was instead placed in solitary confinement. It also alleges deputies neglected their duties, falsified their watch logs, and on the day Tilson died, he pressed the emergency call button in his cell, but it did not work.
He was literally crying out for help, and no one listened.
Tilson family lawyer, Mawali Davis.
The failure of human beings not treating him like a human being. They had video surveillance inside of his cell 24 hours a day. They were required to go in every 15 minutes and check on him because they had placed him into suicide watch.
Did that happen?
It did not.
According to the lawsuit, Tilson died from dehydration less than 2 weeks after his arrest.
He had to go at least 2 to 3 days with an inadequate amount of water. 2 to 3 days.
There was another woman who died.
Jamie Henry.
Jamie Henry's family says she was found dead in her cell at Rockdale County Jail less than 3 months after Tilson died. Henry was arrested for violating probation. Davis says the jail failed to treat the 40-year-old mother of one for symptoms of withdrawal and says she died from complications related to cocaine and morphine. Robert Thompson and Jamie Henry were together for 10 years.
She blatantly asked them for help. I mean, I know her better than anybody do. And if she's sick, I know she's not going to keep her mouth closed.
Blair V. Donaldson is Henry's father.
So you believe that somebody needs to pay for what happened?
Payback, that's not going to solve anything.
But somebody should be held responsible.
Somebody should be held responsible, correct.
Davis says the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office has a long-standing and pervasive lack of control over its employees, and local news reports link certain individual deputies to various alleged crimes, including illegal drug distribution, stalking, sexual battery, and illegal firearms.
There's clearly something going on in that jail.
Davis is now calling on the Department of Justice to investigate the deaths.
If there isn't justice for Shali, if there isn't justice for Jamie Henry, how can we know that people will be safe?
It's a good question. CBS News reached out to the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office for comment, and they referred us to a statement from last month. And that statement, the Sheriff's Office said they will review and act on any findings once all the investigative reports are done. They also said their hearts go out to the families of those affected. But I got to tell you, I'm reminded of what was said by a Camden police officer that I interviewed, I think it was about a year or two ago. But he said whenever you're dealing with someone, whenever you arrest someone, you have to always look at them as human beings first before you can see them as a criminal. That could be somebody's father, that could be somebody's brother, you name it. But to sit in somebody's jail for 3 days without water is unacceptable on every level.
And not one, but 2 deaths. I mean, someone clearly dropped the ball here.
There are a lot of questions for the Rockland County Jail that need